So how controversial was Game 7 of the Summit Series 74 series between Team Russia and Team Canada? Well, there was allegations that before the game, some of the Russian players were motivating the timekeeper to not be as efficient with the time if the Russians were ahead, because if they won that game, they officially clinched the series. Now, by tying the game, they clinched the series as well. But how that game ended with a Bobby Hull goal that supposedly went in, but it was a Canadian referee, Brown, that decided it didn't go in on time, but it was an exciting game from start to finish. Now, this contest is available on YouTube in different formats, a shortened version. I think there's a Russian translation version as well. Now, the game itself was exciting from start to finish. Anisin and Turin scored within 7 minutes of period one to allow Team Russia to lead 2-0. However, Tom Webster scored near the end of this first period from Andre Lacroix to make it 2-1. Ralph Backstrom, probably playing his best game in the series, scored early in the second to make it 2-2 with assists from Gordy and Mark Howe. Then Mark Howe responded on a goal from Tremblay and Backstrom at 6:38. But the Russians quickly responded with 2 goals within 39 seconds at 7:20 by Gusev and 7:15 by Mahalov. Now, the third period, Backstrom had another big goal at 6:38, and the next 13 and a half minutes, it was very exciting back-to-back action. Now, Henderson, who was called into service for Team Canada, even though he never played in a WHA game prior to Summit Series 74, had made a great pass to Bobby Hull. Now, there was some stoppage and play earlier in the game where 4 seconds allegedly had disappeared. Now, there was some question as well if the tenths of the seconds that were available to the timekeeper on the clock was not active for the game, according to research and public reports and stories, including write-ups in the Gazette and Toronto Star. It should have showed tenths of a second. Now, if there was tenths of a second remaining on the clock, like 0.5, if the clock went to 0, it could be 0.5 seconds. That was the big thing. Obviously, Team Canada wasn't going to win the series, but they were treated so shabbily in Russia after having a strong performance in Canada for the 4 games, winning 1, losing 1, and tying 2. It seemed that their veteran offense was doing well. But Jerry Cheevers, again, inconsistent over in Russia in those last 4 games, and not blaming him for losing. But Team Canada had a very, very interesting lineup because it was a combination of up-and-coming players and veterans. And, again, different for sure. So just to remind everybody, the top players that played in the series, Bobby Hull, Yakushev, Harlamov, Ralph Backstrom, Gordie Howe, Lacroix, Petrov, Mihailov, J.G. Trombley, Shadrin, who had a very good series, Maltsev, Gusev, Vasiliev, Anisin, Mark Howe, Lebedev, Johnny McKenzie, Vikulov, Henderson, Tom Webster, Serge Bernier, Lutchenko, Shalimov, Rejan Hull, Frank Mahavich, Bruce McGregor, Pat Stapleton, Paul Shamir, Kazankov, Harrison, Budanov, Turin, Shatlov, Lee, Walton, Kapustin, Tardif, Howe, Hamilton, Kuznetsov, Cheevers, Smith, Trechak, Kotov, Liakin, Selwood, Volchkov, Fedorov, Filipov, Klimov, McLeod, Popov, Sapalkin, Sildenkov, Chipperfield, Dillon, Glukov, Golikov, Grato, Kirk, Korokov, Kulikov, Barry Long, Polyapanov, Pat Price, Repenyev, and Denis Sobchak. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at the time in 1974, it was a very unique time because with all the Broad Street Bullies hockey style in the NHL, to see 2 teams like Team Russia and Team WHA be so dedicated to, to not say quiet play, but good, interesting play. By the way, some people still call that team Team International because of obviously the Howe being American kids. But it is Team Canada. There's no doubt about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our vintage international podcast, let us know what a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, keep your stick in the ice. Have a good day. Bye.